Be a great contest here tonight. We've seen some great football here with the 7th grade.
We've seen some great football, between the 7th graders, what they call now the JV, and both schools should be excited. Tioga High School and Pineville High School should be excited about their future, in years to come, and this is what we're here for.
Tioga with the ball right now. The 7th graders who were trailing 8-0 going into the 4th quarter, but they've scored and have the ball again. Here comes the blitz, and look at the stop there. Tell you what we need to do is go ahead and bring it to you while we're talking, just to give you a little bit of a taste of what's happening here. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the full screen effect so you can see what's happening on the field. Landon Anderson running the camera for us. And we want to tell you how this kind of came about. A 2nd and 8 coming up here for the Tioga Tioga Braves, I should say. I got to call them that, the Braves. But Randy James, who is the best PA announcer anywhere in the state of Louisiana, here at Pineville High School on Friday nights, makes you excited to be in Sandy Canyon, was telling us about this great contest. He comes out here on Thursday nights when they playing in Pineville, and there you get Tioga caught in the backfield. Nice little stop by the volunteers of Pineville Junior High. Told us about this contest and how kind of it plays out. Kind of a big game for bragging rights for the 8th grade boys. And he's been telling us about some of these star athletes here, even making predictions that some of them will start in the 9th grade as freshmen when they get to Pineville High School. And so as we talked about this game, I said, well, here's what happened. Was normally we have a coaches show on Thursday night, but this particular week we moved the coaches show to Tuesday because tonight's the Pineville Fall Festival. And if you're out there out and about and you're on 28 East, you know about the Pineville Fall Festival because the traffic, I'm sure, is pretty hectic out there right now.
Stay away from 28 East unless you're going there.
Unless you're going there. The traffic will be backed up both ways as Pineville Police Department will be stopping folks to allow personnel traffic, foot traffic, pedestrian traffic. And so here we are. We got a timeout here with 1:16 to go in the 7th grade game. I'm not sure how long there will be between. I don't know how long there will be between the games. I'm guessing, 5 minutes. All right, so 5 minutes is the instantaneous update from Randy James and the official up here in the booth with us. And so we want to go ahead and get you started, kind of talking about the game that's coming up. This is a historic event for 446 Sports. First time to bring you a junior high game, but just part of our commitment to local sports in Central Louisiana. And we appreciate founder Doug Gann giving the opportunity to do this.
It's about these kids. It's not about the coaches or it's about those kids right there.
Well, that's what has drawn me to 446 Sports is seeing this commitment to the kids, as there's they definitely have demonstrated that through the years. In fact, I saw the other day someone asked them if they would sponsor. There's a basketball tournament coming up, I think in Oak Hill, and Doug said, look, if we can get enough sponsors to cover the cost of doing it, we'll do it. And now folks are stepping up saying, yeah, I want to sponsor. So the Oak Hill basketball tournament will be brought to you soon. I think there may be some homeschool stuff this weekend on 446 Sports. Look, there's so much going on 446 Sports, I can't keep up with it. But we're excited to be here with you tonight in D.C. Bill Bates Stadium, or as Randy James calls it, Sandy Canyon. Look, he's caught it. He makes the first down. Tioga Braves. What a great catch right there. And I am curious if I got the instant replay. I want to try it and see. Well, I did not get the instant replay. Okay, we'll have to figure out why that did not snag. But, man, what a great job. I think it was bobbled. The Pineville player thought he had a pick six on his hands, and it bobbled out of his hands into the Braves, who converts the first down. That was like a 4th and long. So 1st and 10 at the 20 with 1:07 to go here in the 7th grade contest, and we have enjoyed watching these kids play.
We have, Pineville JV group, has had 3 interceptions, 1 for a pick six, and thought he had another one there.
All right, handoff in the backfield, off to the right-hand side. Now cutting back to the inside, gets across the line of scrimmage, plus a little more. Got that scrum pushing forward. And this is where it becomes difficult because I don't know. I'm not keeping track of how many timeouts they have, but the clock stops on the referee's whistle. Now it's rolling again under 50 seconds. Time's a waste, and I don't believe there's overtime in junior high. So what will happen here, it'll just end up being a tie if we end up at the end with a score. So 2nd and 8 with the clock at 30 seconds, 33 seconds and counting.
Ball on the 18-yard line. Here we go.
Handoffs come across to the left
Nice
and got
tap.
him in the backfield for a big loss. Big number 70.
74.
That's what it looks like. I ought to be able to 76, 74. He's a big one.
He's a big boy right there. I think it's Brody Vincent, number 74. It's just hard. I think I'm just getting old and not able to see as well.
I can't even tell as they get closer to me. My glasses are not in the right spot. So timeout on the field. And I want to tell you that tomorrow night it's a big game, of course, for Pineville as we'll be welcoming in the West Ouachita Chiefs. They're making their trip down from the Ouachita Parish, and I saw a little news excerpt that their best player will not be playing tomorrow night. Got caught up in an altercation last week against Ruston, got ejected, and therefore he will not be playing tomorrow night. I know West Ouachita will be coming down nursing a grudge, but that game will be brought to you tomorrow night right here on 446 Sports. Rich Dupree will be back in the booth. Right now he's kind of doing his mayorly duties.
He's got it, that first, he's got his job. He's got the first job, and this is his second one right here.
Yeah. So he's over at the Keys Park where the Fall Festival is taking place, and shaking hands and kissing babies and passing out candy and having all that fun that mayors get to do. And so there's going to be a few thousand people out there. At also the Boo Walk, I think, and Ball is taking place tonight. And I think there's some other things. I saw something up at Trotter Center. They had the parking lot roped off. All right, scrolling out to the right, looking downfield.
He's
got a man. And there's another interception. Interception for the Rebels. That's number 4, if I'm not mistaken.
For the Volunteers.
Thank you, the Volunteers. It's going to be hard for me to remember that. And my equipment is glitching on me here, so we're just going to bring you this main shot out here because the press box shot is giving us all kinds of glitches. But the Volunteers, with 10 seconds to go, have 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. What do you do when you got 1st and 10 at your 13 and you're in the 7th grade? You're going to throw a bomb, right?
Throw a bomb. Let it have the typical Hail Mary. Let it roll.
Well, let her rip. See if you can give the quarterback enough coverage to let him throw a ball downfield, and then maybe you can set up I don't know if they're going to do any trick plays at this point. So, again, tomorrow night, Pineville Rebels are welcoming in West Ouachita, and we are looking forward to that contest. Game time is at 7. We'll start the broadcast about 6:45 here on 446 Sports. If you're in the Central Louisiana area, do me a favor. Don't watch it on 446 Sports. Come to the stadium. That's far more important than you watching it. But if grandma or grandpa or aunt or uncle or somebody out of town can't get here, make sure they know 446 Sports. You can go to 446sports.com. It's on Facebook and YouTube. I have found that the YouTube stream seems to be a little more consistent. I like the quality of it. When I'm at home, I'll watch it on YouTube. I often watch other games that are 446 Sports is bringing. I'll put it on my big screen.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I got a text from Mom. Was asking. My mom is 89. I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying her age, but she was at the house shelling butter beans and going to watch the ball game tonight. So that's
all right. Well, Mom, I know you're proud of Robert, and here we go with this 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. There's the pass. And the hit slammed, caught as soon as he hit the ball. Timeout by the Volunteers with 3 seconds to go. But that pass was a 3-yard loss. I will tell you, the Braves were not fooled on that one.
No, number 81, Dallas Talton came up and made a great stop on that. Anytime you get those little wide receivers in space, anything can happen, and he came up and made a great stop there.
No doubt about that one. My goodness, that was a hard hit too. I'm laughing at my my equipment here because it froze on the screen, and I'm going to show folks what it froze on. This is what the frozen image was, and I can't get the camera started back up again. So we will not be using that camera again tonight, I can tell you. Oh, my goodness, that was too funny. It's a great opportunity, though, to support local sports, as 446 Sports does, and to come out and do these games, whether it's football, there'll be volleyball, there'll be, I think, homeschool does some stuff. Basketball season's coming up. I know they do Grace baseball and a few other teams. and just really wherever the personnel allows 446 Sports to go. And we encourage you to participate as you can in being at the games and then going back and watching the replay. Hey, come on out, watch this game in person, then go home and watch the replay and hear how Robert and I mispronounce names.
There you go. Here we go. Here's probably going to be the last play of the game right here. Nice throw. Here we go.
What an arm. Boy, he aired it out, got it all the way down to the 45-yard line from back at the 10. And that's the final. That's a final 8-8. We're 5 minutes away from the big action that you're here for. In 5 minutes, we'll have the kickoff of the 8th grade team, and we're excited to bring it to you. Don't forget, as we talk to you about tomorrow night, it's going to be the Rebels hosting the West Ouachita Chiefs, and you can watch that right here in D.C. Bill Bates Stadium. This is the second to last game of the season for the Rebels, and this is the last home game. It will be senior night, so those things are taking place tomorrow night. We want to make sure you come out and watch that. Hey, we're going to take a little time out and thank the sponsors who bring this broadcast to you. They cover all of the expenses so that you get to enjoy this for free all year long, and really in perpetuity. I'll get that word. Perpetuity. Okay. So enjoy the handshakes, and let's thank the sponsors, and we'll be back in just a minute. You're watching Pineville Junior High, Tioga Junior High, final game of the season on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972. We're now open at a new location drive to serve you better. Stop by and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive to Target. 8 to 5 and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Hi, I'm Kimberly, certified resident. I am currently a lead appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate community properties. Experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently essentially me a clear world changing in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me Kimberly a call.
Somebody's dancing to my song.
Time for a red, white, and cool summer event. Right now, you can save on a new energy snow and interest and no payment. Call and Plumbing or visit us online.
Well, we welcome you back to the beautiful home of Pineville High School Rebel football, DC Bill Bates Stadium. Also, as Randy James frequently says, Sandy Canyon. And we're excited to be able to bring you this contest, the first time ever that we've had a junior high game and this is kind of a big one. It's the final game of the season for both teams, really, and the 7th grade just ended up in a tie. We are excited to see the 8th grade team coming out, and we're joined by a very special guest, the voice you're going to hear now, none other than Bryant Bell, the coach of the Pineville High School Rebels. Coach Bell, thank you for joining us.
It's always a pleasure to be on the regular show over at Jim Deggy's, but it's definitely a pleasure to be here tonight.
Boy, isn't this great? Normally we would be at Jim Deggy's. Right now we would be talking about last week's game and next week's game, but we know you love to come out and watch these volunteers every week, and Randy James is down there putting money on some of these kids starting next year. What do you think about these Rebels, these volunteers?
Well, I like the size they have, and definitely like the heart that they play with, and I'll tell you what, this is one of my favorite things that I do is come watch these guys play, and I look forward to it, every Thursday and occasionally Tuesday evening.
Well, what a great opportunity it is for us as 446 to be able to bring this. And we want to pause right now and bring you the national anthem. How about that Pineville Junior High School choir in the press box? First time I think we've ever had a choir in the press box.
Exactly, guys.
Wow, great job there. And so, Coach Bell, that's first for us to have a choir in the press box.
It's a night of first.
It is a night of first. So you said that you've watched these kids and you love their size. The 7th grade team was very exciting to watch. We loved watching that contest, Robert.
Exactly. Good size. Got some good little athletes, quarterback, little running back, and up front they did a very good job, and the secondary played extremely well.
Coach Bell, when we had the offensive line on the other night, I think we interviewed 6 of them. One of them ended up being Player of the Week. That maybe that's foretaste of things to come in the future. That if you get interviewed, you get a great game on Friday night. But one of the things that impressed me or was impactful to me was I think at least 2 of them said they had not played ball prior to high school ball. How important is it for players to be in development at Red River League and junior high level?
I think it's paramount. I think it's something that has to be done, and something that honestly we need to even increase and improve upon to up the numbers and to up the participation numbers and ultimately the experience of young men and young ladies that play respective sports coming into the high school game.
And so getting them familiar with terminology, with positions, what skills players need to know. I think I can see how that would be so important coming in and being able to contribute even earlier at the high school level.
One thing that Coach Bonnet and his staff do a good job on is teaching the fundamentals, the very basic fundamentals, so that we don't have to necessarily backtrack when they get in high school. We can build on how to get into a proper 3-point stance, how to tuck a football away, how to properly tackle, just little things like that we take for granted but are huge and takes thousands of reps to perfect.
I was thinking there was a game the other day, and I don't remember, this is my bad memory, it was a pro game, quarterback running the ball, he keeps the ball in his right hand as he's running for the left pylon, and the defender comes and punches the ball out of his hand. And the commentator made the comment that a running back would have known to switch the ball.
Right.
But a quarterback, that's not what he does. And so you just talk about those thousands of repetitions that get you that muscle memory. Quarterback's not thinking about switching the ball. He's just thinking of getting out of bounds. In that case, he wanted to get a touchdown. And because he didn't switch the ball, the defender wisely made the choice, instead of tackling, punching the ball, it ends up being a turnover. So those are the kinds of things that start at this Red River League, and there's even some leagues, some younger leagues. I know in Alexandria they're playing, and there are multiple opportunities for kids to play. All right, so the Rebels, I'm sorry, you're going to hear me do that a lot tonight.
There you go.
The Volunteers,
Right. Yep.
The young Rebels are kicking off. The Braves are back to receive. And we're ready to get this contest started. Here it is. Oh, it's like a little onside kick, and Bank takes a weird bounce. I think the Braves come up with it only because of that weird bounce.
Tackled by Brady. Brady Dubois, number 7, came up and made a nice tackle on him.
Coach, I don't have an extra Pineville roster for you, but I do have a spare Braves roster if you want to look at that. We'll just share this together. Well, that one's all crumpled up. All right, so at the 45-yard line, and a lot of folks on the screen, you'll notice that big 74 there. Friday night was a big night of retiring that number, and I'm glad that will stay here through the rest of the season. Tell us about Cody Ford.
I think he genuinely enjoyed last Friday night. He enjoyed coming back. He enjoyed, just all the recognition that he got, and deservedly so, by not only his play but by his character. And it was a good night for him and our school and football program.
Little delay as a sidestep, making the run down, 3-yard pickup for the Braves. Stopped after a short gain. They're going to say 2 yards for him on that run. And yes, Cody Ford, epitomizes quality of character. Just really seems to, be just a fine guy all around. My son chatted with him. Robert, of course, you've known him since he was a kid. He's just as genuine today as he was back when.
I was on the sidelines, and next thing you know, I'm getting bear hugged by somebody. I'm like, who is this? And Cody sought me out and found me.
That's so great.
And that meant a lot to me. Yeah.
Well, not everybody who plays in the NFL is going to get their number retired, but Cody definitely deserved that.
Exactly.
That's right.
All right, 2nd and 8 coming up. Clock rolling at 7:10 to go here in the first quarter. We'll play 4 8-minute quarters. 1 minute in between, 3-minute halftime. Handoff, going to be hitting the backfield, and then still struggling. Oh, no, he faked me out, and a run around the right-hand side. I'm watching the fake handoff thinking we had him at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a first down for Tioga.
Nice run by number 1, Trey Hunter. I talked to the coaches earlier, and they said you'll be seeing a lot of him tonight.
I'm sure you weren't tricked by that one, Coach, but I was watching the fullback running up the middle. How's the different view from the sideline versus the a press box view?
It's 100%. It's night and day difference. All my years as a coordinator and even just an assistant coach, I was in the press box. And when I took this head job, it was really my first Friday night experience on the sidelines, and it's definitely an adjustment. But you can see it all from up here. On field level, you can only see about half the field.
All right, so 1st and 10, going to do the handoff this time around the left. Hit after a big gain, that very nice first down run for Tioga. I don't know their record. I know Pineville's
4-1-2.
4-1-2. I think we've been told that.
I was told by some of the coaches that this is for a split. If we win, it's a split district championship.
And that's what we were told. Yeah,
we have one district loss, and Tioga has none. So if we win, it's a split.
So a lot of bragging rights here tonight. 2nd and short coming up for the Braves, and this is going to be a power head dive. Run it as hard as you can. They push the line back about 3 yards. First down again for the Braves. Clock right coming up on 6 minutes. So that was just a little power play right there. And even as young as these fellas are, they can move. they got some big bodies down there. So again, you were talking about that sideline view. Do you miss the press box, or are you starting to get acclimated to the sideline?
Well, I'm acclimated now for my role. You have to have somebody in the press box that you trust, that knows what they're looking at, knows what they're doing, and we do with Keith Hood and Scott Welch. They do a good job in the press box for us on Fridays. But my favorite perch is where I am right now. To be perfectly honest with you, I can see more up here.
All right, so now. Again, a run this time around the right-hand side and a tackle after about 6 yards, maybe a 7-yard gain, Robert.
Yeah, that was number 40. That was the Brady Saldana, and then coaches told me, you'll be seeing a lot of him tonight as well.
One of the things that is a difficulty for us, your eyes are younger than mine, but sometimes the contrast of the numbers and the jerseys make it a little hard to pick out an 8 versus a 6 or a 0.
There are some combinations that are a little tricky.
They're tricky.
Can we put in our requisition for next year's jerseys? All right, 2nd and 3. Make it, we'll call it 3, maybe 4. Watching the clock coming about halfway through this first quarter. Still a scoreless game. Fake handoff up the middle. Now comes on the sweep around the left-hand side. Got some pursuit, but making a headway down to the 10-yard line. It could be inside the 10. We'll see where the spot goes. But very nice sweep around the left side as they fake the handoff up the middle. And the ball is going to be spotted just outside the 10, so they will have the opportunity to get the first down. But you'd be hard-pressed to get one in that half yard between the first 10 marker and the goal line. I mean, it's right at the 10-yard line. Well, they're going to say the ball's on the 11. I'll keep watching the other guys that they're adjusting their chains. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 11. We'll call it that. Clock still running on these nonstop runs. I'll have to watch the screen because I can't see around Landon here. The advantage of this viewpoint. I'm going to try the instant replay in a little bit. We haven't had a chance to use that yet. Don't know if we got the bugs worked out. All right, here we go.
Quarterback. Back to the fullback, number 40.
Man. Well, a little gang tackle there as he got down to around the 5, maybe the 4. Ended up being tackled back around the 6, but the forward momentum got him all the way down to the 4-yard line. So 2nd and 3 coming up.
2nd and 3 from about the 5-yard line, guys.
Yeah, just inside there. When you look at the junior high, what stands out to you the most about this team?
Just their willingness to work with and to listen is really it. This is a good group of kids here, and their character is high, and I look forward to getting to work with them really soon here in the spring.
We're hoping to have them with us. We may have had a jump. I think we did. It'd be a half the distance penalty. Won't give them the first down, but we did jump across on the right side of the defensive line. We're hoping to have the players with us. We want to extend an invitation to them to come out next Thursday night to the Coach Bryant Bell show at Jim Deggy's. But I did hear Coach Bonnet was it a basketball game?
Basketball game on Thursday.
Him away, but we're still going to extend that invitation and hope the players and parents would come and join us. We had a lot of fun with that the last couple of years. We've done that and bringing those kids in, letting them try on a helmet and talk to the coach, bring them on the camera a little bit.
I love that night. It's always a special night.
In for the touchdown. Quarterback keeper in for the touchdown.
Well, there's the score for the Braves as they get up 6-0, going for the extra point attempt here. At this level, is it pretty much going for 2?
Yes. I don't think I've ever seen anyone kick an extra point here.
You know, we had a great time with Coach Bonnet last year, and we're looking forward to it again, this year. And this gives us kids something to look forward to when they come to high school next year. For the two-point conversion.
2-point conversion on the way.
Number 1. He's in.
Well, it's good. It's 8-0 early. First possession results in a score. And that is your beginning score with 2:36 to go in the first quarter. Braves get the ball first, march down the field, and score back for the first possession of the Volunteers after this brief timeout.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
All right. Welcome back as we jump back into action. The Braves score on their first possession. Great to have Coach Bryant Bell with us, the Pineville Rebels head coach, going to join us, he says, for another second. And then going to be another.
No, don't touch it.
Yeah, that one didn't go 10 yards at that point. Volunteers don't touch the ball, right? That's what you should. I heard you say that.
Luckily, you landed on it, so no harm, no foul, I guess.
But that ball did not bounce the way the Braves wanted it to. Didn't get the 10 yards. It kind of backwards bounced on the first hit. Our onside. This is really my first junior high game of the season. Our onside kicks pretty frequent.
They're pretty common because I think the odds of you getting it at this level are significantly higher than the other levels.
And you may not have the deep threat. So if you give up 10 yards, it's not that big of a deal.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so the Volunteers, or the Vols as they're called, start for the first time, and Aiden Birch ambles his way out there. Trey Hunter, a few other players that we're going to be seeing, Altavis McQuarren, Raymond Harris, some players and playmakers that we're expecting to see here in this contest. 1st and 10 for the Vols in their first possession.
Coach, you know a little bit about the Birch kid. I mean, the family's been great to, Pineville High School, and his brother, and,
Right. He's a really good kid. He's big, just like Tylen was, our quarterback my first year here, and he's got that big Birch body, and which is a really good thing.
Yeah, seeing him lope out there, he looked like he's got he may have some growing to go, but he's already a big boy. Right. Running down the left, I think that was Hunter, picked up maybe half a yard, so it wasn't the east and west route didn't quite pick up what we wanted to. Saw some nice moves by him, and so he avoided being tackled for a loss. 2nd and 9 coming up, under 2 minutes to go, as Randy James asks, who's got Vol spirit? Man, he brings the crowd up on Friday nights.
He's the best. Nobody's better than Randy.
Nobody better than him, and he'll be doing Who's Got Rebel Spirit tomorrow, and then he'll be doing Who's Got Wildcat Spirit on Saturday.
That's right.
As well, guys.
Back to pass. Got a man broken up barely. The intended recipient was Brady Dubois, but broken up just at the last second. Had he had that one, I don't know there was anybody behind him to catch him. So a dangerous defensive play, a gamble that paid off here. And speaking of gambles, I've started calling you the gambler. I thought of you when you first came in, just more conservative, straight-laced, ground and pound, and you've been bringing out all sorts of trickery on it.
You got to adapt to be successful, and it took just like with players' development, I had to develop a little bit too, and while that still is my core and my root, you do what you have to do to be successful in any given night and give your team a chance.
3rd and 9 coming up. Big play, long yardage. Oh, the keeper, Birch, acts like he's going to throw and then tucks it and runs. We have a flag, and the ball's on the ground. Tioga does come up with it, but the flag, if it's against the Volunteers, would be, I'm sure, denied or declined.
Holding on Pineville. Declined.
Well, and that is the outcome. The Volunteers coughed the ball up. He had the first down, but it was right around the first down marker, and you could see him running with that ball out. He didn't tuck it, and is that a typical quarterback thing? He's just not thinking like a running back.
He found himself out in space, and when that happens, sometimes it surprises you a little bit, and your fundamentals can go downhill, but he'll bounce back.
Yeah, that was a great run, though. I mean, he picked up the first down. It was a really nice little fake, and then when he took off, he saw that hole on the right-hand side, took advantage of it. So the Braves will have their first opportunity here. And, Coach Bell, I just can't thank you enough for giving us your time this evening and coming and talking to us, giving us insights. I would love to hear more about things that you see and things that you're looking for in these players here. Defense versus offense. You're a defensive guy. That's kind of your bread and butter. Right. Are you becoming more offensively minded as a head coach, or you still just leave those things to your coaches?
I try to balance and be everybody's head coach and not, lean harder on one side than the other. Some weeks are a little different. Sometimes one side of the ball may need a little more attention than the other side, but I try to be a balanced head coach for everybody on our team and our coaching staff as well.
Kason Williams keeps the ball and runs to the right-hand side, getting close to the first down, about 9 yards on that pickup. And he looks like a threat there with that ball.
He looked like a very good athlete at an 8th grader as well.
How long has Coach Bynett been here at Pineville Junior High?
A year or two before I got here, so okay. 4 or 5 years. I'm not exactly sure.
We hear about programs like West Monroe and other places where there's great coordination and communication. Is that developing with you and Coach Bynett?
Yes, it is. I'm welcome with open arms to Pineville Junior High's campus, and both with him and their administration.
Ball on the ground.
Didn't mean to cut you off, but the handout.
Go ahead.
The snap was a little short, and quarterback Harris fell on it, fortunately for the Braves.
And we're blessed to have a great administration over at the junior high,
too.
Mr. Yoyce and Ms. Transu and
right.
Mr. Rushing.
Yep, they're great. They couldn't be any better as far as welcoming to us on campus.
I'm going to tell you, Rushing comes from Sports Dynasty.
He does. Gene.
Gene, his daddy, longtime coach at LC, and I still see Gene out there 2-3 yards out on the court, and the referee's running around him rather than give him a tee.
I go back high school with Mike. Mike was a year behind me. He graduated from Pineville in 1990, so I've been knowing Mike and his family for a long time.
Handing off the ball deep in the backfield, giving the running back a head start. And when he's got that head of steam, he's hard to stop. Nice pickup from around the 48, gets it down, the 48 of the Braves, gets it across midfield to the 48 of the Volunteers. I'm struggling with that Volunteers Rebels. I keep wanting to say Rebels. I've done radio for years. I started in radio. My first stint was back in the 1980s, and then in the 1990s worked for different. And there's the end of the first quarter. I'm gonna finish that story when we get back. It's score 8-0. The Braves lead back in 30 seconds. Watching 8th grade football on 446 Sports.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
That's right. Well, hey, we're welcoming him back. We would thank Coach Bryant Bell for joining us here at band. What a great treat that was, Robert, to have him in the press box with us.
He has been always open access to us. Whether we come to practice during the week, he's always coming to greet us with a smile, a handshake, checking on us, making sure everything's okay. He's the first one on the field on Friday nights. When we get set up at 5 o'clock, Coach Bell's there. He's the last one to leave.
And there's never been one time I've asked for something I haven't gotten it.
Exactly.
Now, obviously, we don't ask for crazy things, but never one time asking for information, for access. Every single time he has made sure that we are.
Even on some of the toughest nights,
That's right.
You don't want to ask a question, but he's always there to give it. He'll answer it for you.
Tomorrow night, West Ouachita comes to town, and Coach Bell is excited about this opportunity. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, handoff to number 40. He's going to get caught by the jersey, but still making his way forward is Brady Saldana, and man, that kid can run.
Good-looking kid right there, and as a fullback too. And not a lot of times the fullbacks get the ball, especially in JV.
4-yard gain as he gets across to the 49-yard line. As you see that they've switched directions here in the second quarter. The Braves now going left to right, headed towards the interstate, or the highway, not the interstate yet. It's Highway 165. So 2nd and 6. In the second quarter, this one's for the bragging rights of the championship, so we would say a share of the championship.
You could actually say the bragging rights of the north side of the river
There
as well.
you go, no doubt. Hands it off. We've seen that play before on around the right side. This time the Volunteers say, we are not fooled.
Got a flag on the play.
Was that Williams, number 5, that got it?
Number 5 it was.
It's going to be a 3-yard loss, but let's see what the flag is.
I think we got a hold.
Normally that position is a hold, and it is against. And the question is, do you want to take the penalty or do you want to take the play?
I think he's going to decline it.
If it was me, I would, because you give them a 3-yard loss and the loss of down. Otherwise, you give them, they get it 7 more yards, but you get the down again. I like that decision, Coach Bonnet.
A lot of times when that umpire comes in, you're getting the flag by the umpires. A lot of times it's going to be a hold.
No doubt from that position. All right, 3rd and 9, and again, I just can't thank Brock, but I'm just kind of bubbling with joy. He told us after he took the headphones off how excited he was for tomorrow night, how good they feel, and I made a comment about.
Guest. That was our special guest tonight. That was,
All right, so checking on things here as we look at.
Good play by number 7. Good job by number 7. Brady DuBois came all the way across the field and made the tackle on number 1, Casey Williams. Casey Williams done a lot of good things tonight, scored the touchdown. Wherever he decides to go to school next year, someone's going to be happy to have this young man.
Well, and we understand it is a situation where there's open enrollment and they can go where they want to go in the parish. We hope that the Pineville Volunteers all choose Pineville High School, and we wouldn't even mind a couple of Braves coming this way.
Exactly. When we were growing up, a lot of the kids, you went to your neighborhood school, you knew where they were going to school next year, whether there was Ash, Pineville, Tioga, even, Menard, Bolton, and Peabody, but that's not the case anymore.
All right, so we're coming up now on 4th. And they're going to go for it.
Going for it, 4th and 9.
And a whistle.
Delay of the game.
Wow. Well, that makes a difficult play even more difficult. Instead of 4th and 9, you'll have 4th and 14 going back across the midfield after the 5-yard penalty for delay of game. And that one just to maybe – not quite thinking it all the way through. I don't mind that 5. Now, look, we're homers for Pineville, but I love Tioga. My son goes to Tioga Junior High, and so he's here in his Tioga shirt, and I'm here in my Pineville shirt. So we're a divided household here tonight.
Guys, Landon went to Pineville Junior High. I went to Arthur Smith because I was back in the days when we had the busing, and I went to it was Jones Street Junior High School, and I played under Wardell Ballantyne and David Brasher.
Wow. DB. All right, here's the looking back. Oh, and we have another flag, and it stops the play flag is on the far side. This one is going to be offsides on the defense, and so give them the 5 yards back. So Pineville says, well, we'll see your gift and give you a gift. 4:52 to go in the second quarter. The Braves lead 8-0. Volunteers had the ball and then turned it over on a fumble after a scramble by the quarterback, picked up the first down but lost the ball.
Chains are off over there a little bit. Not about a yard.
I noticed they were trying to pull them out every time. I don't know if they're kinked up or what. 4th and 9 again. Clock did stop on the penalties. Play again, rolls back, scrambling, looking for a man. He's got him, but it's going to be tackle for loss, and it'll be turnover on downs for the Volunteers.
Right about the 50-yard line. Nice.
So the play results in a turnover on downs. We've seen them run that play a couple of times successfully. The Braves do the fake handoff. Quarterback goes for the pass. Usually has a man open from the slot or the wideout that comes in. This time, though, the Volunteers were prepared, and now they have the opportunity to get back out for their second series. First series ended in a fumble. This series hopefully will result in a sustained drive from the 48. You've got 52 yards to go to pay dirt. It's 1st and 10 for the Volunteers with 4:10 to go in the second quarter.
You know, Coach made a good point about being up here versus down on the field level where I normally am on Friday nights. It is completely different.
All right, so we got a sweep coming from the right side. There's going to be a block, maybe in the back. Great run down to the 42-yard line. Would have been a first down, but I'm afraid it's going to be a hold or a block in the back, as that play took a long time to develop.
We got another flag down here. Looks
2
like
flags.
Only, 35, and there's a possibility those 2 penalties could offset.
Holding against Pineville, personal foul against, they'll be offset, replay.
Replay first down.
Well, a great play that developed. Other than the hold, you got the nice run that came across the right wide receiver, comes across, gets the little lateral, and kind of had to sidestep a defender who got into the backfield, but then ended up getting a 10-yard gain, only to be negated by the hold and the personal foul, which offset each other. Let's replay the down.
You know, a lot of these officials that we have tonight here on the Thursday night game are also, they'll do the Friday night games as well. So
they're getting their exercise.
Exactly.
Referee gives us the signal again to let us know about the hold and the personal foul that offset each other. Replay the down. 1st and 10. Number 7, Brady Dubois, is a big fella too.
He's a great kid. He is a big kid.
But Aiden Birch he just towers out there. Uh-oh, I think we're going to have motion. Yep, I think we're going to have a false. No, they're saying, okay, they're going to say offsides on the defense. So give us 5 yards. We'll make it 1st and 5. It kind of helps a little bit. Raymond Harris comes over to check with the coach for the play. He'll bring it back to the huddle as there's some conferring going on. I don't see the play clock operating. I don't know if that's standard, but
I don't even think they do that in.
But they had a delay of game earlier, so not sure if they're just keeping that on the field or what.
Keeping that on the field.
You'll typically, when that happens, the umpire will raise his fist to show you when they're down to 10 seconds. 1st and 5 is the opportunity here for the Volunteers across midfield. Birch calls for the ball, looking downfield, got a man wide open. Oh, and through the fingertips at the 23-yard line. That's one you got to bring in. I can't see the number, but that one was yours for the picking. Perfectly executed and perfectly thrown. I know that receiver, poor kid. I don't even want to call him out. I feel bad for him because I know he's kicking himself as that one went right through his fingertips. Would have been 6, but nevertheless, 2nd and 5 coming up.
Perfectly thrown.
Birch threw that ball
beautifully.
All right, so 2nd and 5 coming. Clock did stop on the incomplete. 4:07 to go. And, I heard Randy James say this kid could play quarterback next year. I don't know, but very impressive throw.
Trips to your left. Here we go. Got a big run right here by number one, Trey Hunter. He was one step away from taking that to the house.
He takes it right around the corner to the left, and that's a Vols first down. Down to the 35-yard
Let's see if we have that.
There it is.
Very nice run there. Glad the instant replay worked. I am having some issues with my computer here.
Let's see if you can get these kinks worked out by tomorrow.
Yep. We're going to buy a new router tomorrow. New hub tomorrow is what we're going to do.
New hub
yes.
Tomorrow? All right.
All right, got the toss on the right-hand side. Oh, but they got the penetration into the backfield. We were doing a toss to the right, and the Braves were there. It's going to be about a 5-yard loss. I mean, they were as much in the backfield as our running backs were.
Kale Racine and number 61 came up and made the tackle. 61. My eyes.
Now you know what Rich and I have to deal with.
I understand that, guys. Now
you feel a little bit
I
more
feel
compassion for us?
Exactly.
Because you're down there on the sideline. You're 30 yards closer than we are. We appreciate you giving us the numbers. I will tell you that many, many times. You tell us who it is, and we appreciate it. All right, 3 wide outs on the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 15. Birch with 1 man in the backfield with him. Calls for the ball. Does the handoff. We're going to get back 4, maybe 3 of those lost yards. It'll be 2nd and 13. Spreading everybody out like that, Robert, I'm sure he thought, that the strategy is you think you got fewer bodies in the box, he'd give you a chance to run. But it'll be 3rd and 12 as the Braves are showing why they are in the lead.
The previous tackle was by Muhammad. I hate to mispronounce his last name, but Muhammad came up and made a fine tackle. Trying to get him up on the line of scrimmage. One in motion. Here comes the screen. Here goes the wide receiver screen. And he's
nice sidestep.
Trey Hunter on the wide receiver screen.
Show you this replay. See if it'll pull it up. Look at this little.
And we'll move the chains. That's a first down to the ball. All right.
I'm having to discuss some things with our producer to try to iron out a couple of things.
Got 59 seconds left to go in the first half, and Pineville takes a timeout.
All right, so we have a timeout on the field. 48 seconds to go here in the first half. Going to have a little halftime activity coming up. Entertainment, we're being told by Randy James. I think the Pineville Junior High cheerleaders. But important play here if you want to go into the halftime tied, or at least with the opportunity to. 1st and 10 after the big run down to the 25. Clock will start on the snap. Birch keeps the ball himself and struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage and does so. We have another timeout. So that takes 2 of the 3 timeouts there for
Tackle by number 15, Kale Racing, came up and made a good tackle on Birch.
Another timeout. Don't forget at halftime. Mark Dane and that fresh popcorn. Just $1 right up front. Get your raffle tickets. That beautiful hand-woven throw, Miss Jackson.
42 seconds left to go in the first half, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Volunteers at the 25-yard line.
Manned by the parents.
Let's see if we can get some points up on the board before half.
They'll feed our athletes after school. We appreciate that.
All right, 2nd and 10. Thankfully, the clock did stop.
Here we go in motion. Picked off.
Well, I was looking down at some equipment stuff, and it looks like we get a turnover.
David Garrett came up and made a nice interception on the play. David Garrett, number 5, defensive back for the Tioga Braves, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're going to get these names right eventually.
We're talking about, we got a Braves tonight, and tomorrow we got Chiefs, and, tomorrow night, maybe the last time we play
West Washita.
For a while, unless we schedule them non-district, because it looked like the possibility they may be going down into 4A as far as their numbers, and it looked like that Neville may be moving up into the district with us, so we could possibly drop West Washita and Neville move up.
I'll be honest, that is not a game that or trade that I like.
I would never want to make that trade. Nothing against West Washita, but you got a heck of a program with Neville. Here we go, nice run by number 2, Sean Williams on the keeper, and the Rebels. Here we go. The Rebels came up and made a nice stop on him.
Well, with 29 seconds to go, and I apologize to the folks that are watching right now, timeout taken, and I'm having some equipment issues, so I'm trying to eliminate slowly but surely pieces of equipment, and as I do, we're down to the camera and the audio. There are several other pieces of equipment that we typically use that are just not functioning right now. My one of my pieces of equipment is failing, and so we're going to have to get that replaced tomorrow. I'm glad it failed tonight rather than for tomorrow night.
Exactly.
So no press box camera, no Illustrator, no Stream Deck, no fun. But we're having fun here, even though the score is 8-0 for the Braves, demonstrating that what a quality team they are. The Volunteers are staying with them. Have had that big 4th down stop that last series and drove the ball this time across about a 30-yard drive. Unfortunately, we've had 2 turnovers to end both of the Volunteers' possessions. So no points yet for the Volunteers. 2nd and 3 coming up. Clock will start at 29 seconds to go in the second quarter. Looking downfield and got to make on the slant. It was a well-designed play, but number 12 was not ready for that quick pass. Ronnie Stevens not quite ready for that pass as it zipped by him. I don't even think he looked until the ball was right in front of him. So 3rd and 3 coming up.
Lawton Wynn, the little quarterback had a nice little zip on that one.
Boy, he will sling that ball. So I think Lawton's one of my son's friends from school, as he knows a lot of these players. Anderson tells me he was at Pineville at one time, but then came to Tioga this year. I guess they don't have the year sit out. Fake the handoff, come on the sweep, now straight up the middle to number 1. That's Kason Williams, and he picks up the first down. They'll have to call a timeout if they want the clock to stop, which they do at 12 seconds to go. And that was a good handoff to Kaysen Williams from Lawton. Kaysen moving the ball, getting the first down up to the 35-yard line. With 12 seconds, you conceivably have, I'd say, maybe two timeouts. I mean, 2 plays if you use your last timeout to stop the clock with 12 seconds.
12 seconds left to go.
Yeah, typically you can say about 6 seconds to play unless you're doing a long downfield pass. But an incomplete, of course, stops the clock. Stepping out of bounds stops the clock. A penalty stops the clock. Outside of that, it would take the final timeout. Eight to nothing the score. Great first half of play here on the final game for both of these teams.
Make sure we keep them, don't let them get behind us here on this play here. There we go.
Incomplete pass. Stops the clock at 8 seconds. Just over the outstretched arm of Kaysen Williams.
Kaysen Williams.
Obviously one of the go-to players. The coach had told you that. He's one of the captains along with Jordan Sigler, number 3, and DeAndre Walker, number 6, listed as co-captains for the year.
Both schools, Pineville and Tioga, should feel proud because they got some good-looking kids out here and on Tioga and Pineville that will be making their jump up to high school next year.
Well, they have this. It's showing 1st and 10, and now we have a flag, delay of game.
Delay of game against the Braves. Back above 5 yards.
All right, so could be the final play of the first half. Volunteers have had the ball 2 different possessions. Each possession ended in a turnover. This is the 3rd possession for the Braves. The first one took about 6 or 7 minutes. They marched the ball down, scored, converted the 2-point. Then their second one ended in a 4th down incompletion. There's the pass. And greatly defended with, got a couple of seconds left on the clock, but great defense there. I don't know who it was that went up, but give that man kudos as the Tioga Brave player went up for it. Both players had a play on the ball. Pineville almost had the pick on that one. He really had position on it. Was that number 4 that went up for that? I'm not sure who that was.
Number 3,
Number
Raymond
3,
Harris.
okay.
It is hard to see the numbers.
I'm going to bring that other light down just a bit, take away some glare. Does that help you, Robert?
That helps out
Woo.
a lot.
We can use it on the you can see your paper, but yeah. All right, so here we go. Looking downfield, got the pass out to number 2. He's going to be tackled at the end of the second quarter. So your second quarter score 8-0. As we'll zoom over there and show you the end of the first half. It's 8-0. Tioga Braves leading. And we're going to take a timeout, let you hear from some of our sponsors who bring this to you. Thank you so much for being a part of 446 Sports. We'll be right back after these words.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. And use our mobile app. Securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Best possible vision. Look to where our excellence in Cenla spans near from your next family coma evaluation. The experienced eye professionals. Call Wallace 318-448 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Everybody dancing all night long. Everybody dancing all night long. Everybody dancing all night long. Somebody's dancing to my song.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
There you have the Pineville Junior High dancers. I'm sure they have a name. The
Vol Dolls.
The Vol Dolls. Awesome.
Good job, Lanny.
There you go. Crowd loves them.
Junior High School Ball Dolls. Great job by both of our dance teams here this evening. Thank you so
And you hear Randy James thanking both dance teams for coming out tonight and entertaining. We are at the end of the halftime, and your score 8-0. The difficult score on the bottom side, but the Volunteers will receive the ball here to start the second half as they kick off to begin the game. Robert, what stands out to you from the first half?
Well, the two turnovers were key. For us, the 2 times we had the ball, we turned it over. But offensively, we moved the ball, especially on that second drive, and we really able to contain the key back number 1. On the second and third drives that got the ball.
So the question will be to complete a drive, right?
Exactly. That's what they always say, sustained drives. And
so we're going to start it out with a kickoff. If you weren't with us in the first half, you missed a great time of us getting to have in the studio or in the press box with us Coach Bryant Bell, who gave us his perspective and thoughts, and just really loved hearing from him. That was absolutely wonderful to hear that. And he stayed with us for a couple of series and kind of gave us, even admired the play of these volunteers, and looks forward to seeing them on campus next year as Rebels.
Onside kick again.
Rebels are successful in falling on the ball at the 49-yard line. That one more successful for the Braves. At least it went the required 10 yards. The first one was short, as you recall.
We talked to Coach about that. He said it's more common that you're going to see onside kicks, at this level, because the chances of you recovering them are a lot higher.
Absolutely. So the Vols will take over at the 49-yard line. 49 yards from pay dirt. As Randy James asked, who's got Vol spirit? I tell you, no better announcer in the state of Louisiana than Randy James. Whether, as you mentioned, whether it's Vols on Thursday, Rebels on Friday, or Wildcats on Saturday. And the Wildcats have a home game this weekend. I believe they have their homecoming coming up. I'm hoping to make my way there to my alma mater, where my kids graduated there more recently. I didn't graduate from there, but attended there, but I'm still considered an alum. All right, handoff right up the middle. Man, a high tackle around the shoulder pads, no flag, but either a 2 or a 3 yard gain, depending on which official you recognize. They're going to say, 2.5. We'll split the difference. So right up the middle, tackled high, brought down from around the shoulder pads. And finally, that one did get across the 50, so we're now in the Brave territory.
Nice tackle by number 3, George Sigler came up and made that tackle.
Trey Hunter and Aiden Birch both came to the sidelines for the play. They go and bring it back to the huddle. We're now under 10 seconds to go as the referee raises his hands to show that he's keeping the clock on the field. Handoff, going to go from the sweep to the right-hand side, going to pick up another 3 yards.
A lot of these kids are wearing their pink socks, and so you were saying what we're doing this weekend, and I think me and Landon will be attending the cancer walk over at Walker Automotive Saturday afternoon, starting at 6, but we'll be getting there a little early and enjoying this festivity Saturday afternoon.
So what's the name of the?
I think it's Glow
for the girls, right?
Glow for the girls.
Used to be known as the Susan G. Komen race, but renamed and repurposed and refocused. So a lot of teams using their pink out in the last week or two.
Exactly, and a lot of as far as what's going to happen Saturday, a lot of the corporate companies will go out and have their own little tailgate, set up booths.
From the shotgun, looking downfield, got a man. Will he be there? Can't get to it. Overthrown as Aiden Birch shows that cannon of an arm he's got, lofting that ball downfield. Just a little bit long, but we've seen him go for it in most season situations like this. We would expect the Vols would probably do so again. That issue of breast cancer being so prevalent weighs home. I got a phone call yesterday from a friend whose wife was just diagnosed with that. And the good news is that today that is no longer a death penalty. There are so many great treatment programs out there and ways to work with it. So there is hope, and great. Thank you guys for being a part of that Glow for the Girls this weekend.
Guys, I wear that every day with, I do have a little tattoo, and I do have a pink one, and I do have a gray one, and that's for all the ladies that are, going through this battle.
And that touched your family in a way very deeply.
And it did, with Monica having the brain cancer, and I've got the gray for that. And my first cousin was going through breast cancer during that same time. But, not about It's about all the
All of
late-
them.
It's
That's
about
right.
all of them.
Well, that's the beauty of being able to work together. So flags on the field, huddle between the referees who will discuss the officials, letting us know in just a moment which side the penalty was. Will it be a false start or will it be, it was a false start. So the Tioga Braves came across the line, but they're saying they were induced by the head bob. 5-yard penalty brings the Rebels back to their side, back to the 49. The original line of scrimmage, so 4th and 10, and this is where you have to have that play dialed up to give you at least 10 yards. Not going to see a dive, off tackle run, I don't think. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side in the backfield. Hunter along with Birch, the quarterback, out of the shotgun formation. Brings a man in motion from the near side, number 21. Now he goes back his way, got another man downfield. It's going to be overthrown again. His intended target that time was number 7, Brady Dubois. And Brady not able to get underneath it as 2 Brave defenders were collapsing in on the defense. Turnover on downs. Braves will take over at the Volunteer 49.
Hoping for a nice drive, starting out the second half, and these kids are going to get bigger and faster and stronger, and they learn from something like this. And Tioga sets up with first and 10 on the 49-yard line for their first series of the second half.
First and 10 for the Braves, who are trying to win outright a district crown. Undefeated in district. Handoff on the left-hand side. And with a head of steam, he's going to pick up nearly 10 yards. It's going to be maybe a half yard short out to the 40-yard line.
Number 40, Brady Saldana, that's who they went to quite often.
And I disagree with that. They gave him the first down, but the first down would have been at the 39. The ball's only at the 40. So, unfortunately, they're giving him 9 yards and a first down.
Brady Saldana on the carry.
If you remember, the ball was at the 49.
Exactly.
And now they're giving him the first down at the 40. But, hey, it happens. And Randy James agrees with me. First and 10 from the 40. All right, handoff, and we caught in the backfield for a loss. The Rebels say, hey, we're going to take some of those yards back. We can't get the first down marker back, but it'll be tackled for a 1-yard loss, 2nd and 11.
I thought that was number 6, Aiden Birch, who came up and made a fine tackle on him right there.
So Aiden playing both ways, showing what an athlete he is.
He plays quarterback, and then he's captain of the defense at middle linebacker there as well.
Well, he's a big body, very able. You get concerned about a quarterback playing both ways. You don't want him hurt or fatigued, but he's definitely quite the athlete. 2nd and 11 for the Braves, all bunched up.
Oh, looks like they jumped in the neutral zone again.
Using the fake count. Let's just gift them again. They're going to give them 6 yards on this penalty. Just kidding, just kidding.
Give him 4.
They only gave him 5 because it was going to be 3rd and 11. So now it's 2nd and 11. Now it's 2nd and 6.
No, the referees.
I'm only picking because I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want that job.
I wouldn't want
That's
that
a hard job.
That's a very more difficult job than most people think, especially when you're down on the field level.
Nobody gets mad if I make a mistake. Everybody gets mad if they make a mistake.
And they hear it quite a bit.
All right, into the backfield once again with a slicing dive for another loss, and I'm waiting for him to turn so I can see his number. 45, is that who that was?
Hello, number 43.
43, Kane Smart.
Man, that was a smart play, too. It's almost like he crawled under the block and got him around the ankles.
Great stop by Kane right there.
Kane with a K, K-A-I-N, and he's a smart fella because he He made them that smarted after that tackle. 3rd and 8 coming up after the loss. 2-yard loss.
Big play here.
Sweeping around to the right. Quarterback keeps it.
Number 1.
Going to have a tackle out of bounds after about a 3-yard play, maybe a 4-yard. He'll get inside the 35 down to the 34, where it will be 4th and 4.
The balls are over there on the far side. Coming up 4th down.
4th and 4 from the 34. The Vols have really stood up on this series right here. And even though we did give up the 5-yard penalty, we've had a couple of tackles for loss and only that one big run right there for 4 yards. So 4th and 4. Come on, Vols. Let's get this stop.
Big play right here with 3:43 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Again, this tight formation, nobody out, 2 in the back, 3 in the backfield. Ball's on the ground. He picks it up and runs. I think he's short. We'll see where the spot.
Looked like the left foot spot.
Well, they both have him just. This one has him short, the near side.
The other one looked like he's got.
And the referee motions first down.
First down for the Braves.
You know what the silence is for? Because Mama said if you can't say nothing good.
Don't say nothing at all.
Good evening, ladies.
Well, I'm not there. From here, it looked like he didn't get it. Far referee or far official said that he did, so we'll give him credit for he's a lot closer than we are. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Braves continue their drive, which started near midfield. The ball was picked up off the ground, if you recall. Once again, it's on the ground, fumble, and going to be tackled for a big loss this time. I will say that the Braves have had struggles with that snap. That one, the play before the ball hit the ground, he picked it up and ran for the first down. This one hit the ground. He's tackled for a 4-yard loss.
Did you say Brady Dubois or Brady Dubois?
I don't know. I said Dubois a while ago, but when we're in the middle of the state where it could go either way.
Exactly.
Is it Hebert or Hebert? I heard about a guy, his parents named him Herbert Hebert.
Herbert Hebert.
They were both spelled the same way. I think. Or maybe it was Herbert, Hebert. I don't know. I do have a friend named Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay Villard married Mr. Weston Lindsay, so she became Lindsay. 3rd down, back to pass, looking downfield. Has a nice tip. Tip ball as the defense gets their hands up. Jaden Antoine. Woo, got his hands up, tipped the ball in the air. 4th and 14 coming up.
Do we have a play in the playbook for 4th and 14?
Well, we want to stop it. Whatever they have, keep it in front of you is all I can say. Is it 3rd and 14?
It must be 3rd.
I thought it was 4th, but I lose track. Coach Bell commented how big some of these players are, and he's right.
They're big.
They don't look like junior high, especially after we just saw the 7th grade game. All right, 3rd and 14. Let's think about it. It was 1st and 10, ball on the ground. 2nd and 10 was a loss. Okay, so 3rd and 14. It's a handoff the right-hand side, number one. He's getting strung out. He's hit almost for a loss, has to cut in reverse direction. He will have no gain. 4th and 14 coming up. I think you're going to give a team tackle on the statistical board that time. I'm still a little miffed over that 9-yard play that gave them a first down. They had the ball at the 49. Got down to the 40, and they give him the first down. So, but again, mistakes happen. So, Fourth and 14 coming up with right over a minute to go in this 3rd quarter. Volunteers need to get the stop and need to score to stay in this game, trailing by 8 in the 3rd quarter.
Quarterback under center and see what Coach Racine's
spread
got.
Out this time.
There we are. Slant.
He picks up about 13, but not 14 unless they give him no, they won't give him the first down. It's going to be a turnover on downs. The player is down. The Tioga Brave player stayed down after the big hit. We'll check on him in just a moment, but hopefully he just had the wind knocked out of his lungs on that type of a hit. Players go to the knee as you should, and showing a compelling team buy-in. It looked to me like I think the way he came down had the wind knocked out of his lungs. Yeah, he's up on his feet.
Number 8, Santonio Burns.
All right, Mr. Burns. He, have you ever had that happen? You fall on the ball or you fall down and it just knocks the wind. You're like you can't breathe.
You can't even breathe.
Yeah. I think it paralyzes you momentarily. Hey, they're going to have a drawing here in a minute at the end of the third quarter for a prize. The folks have been waiting for that. Volunteers take over on downs at their own 22-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 22. Pineville Volunteers of Pineville Junior High School playing for a share of district championship. If they win, if they lose tonight, Tioga will be champs outright.
First down balls.
Volunteers, 3 receivers way outside. Up top, 1 near side. Birch from the shotgun calls for the ball, does the handoff, and he's got some running room up to on the left-hand side. Going to pick up at least 5, maybe 6 yards on some good running room that time with a slant route just to the left side of the center. All right, so 2nd and 4 coming up after a very nice run.
2nd down and 4 for the balls.
Nice to see that play develop. And now 3 receivers near side, 1 far side. That's the end of the third quarter. Your third quarter score, 8-0. The Braves with the lead, but the Vols with the ball. More when we come back.
Time for our red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2024. Call Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing or visit us online.
Everybody dancing all night long. Everybody dancing all night long. Everybody dancing all night long. Somebody's dancing to my song.
All right, fourth quarter, 3 quarters in the books, 8-0 the Braves, but the Vols with the ball and a desire to tie this game up. They have first. Now all right, getting the chain set on the far side. It should be second and 4. You'll have to get that marker set because that first down run got them up to the 27-yard line. Marker is incorrect. Ignore that first down marker as you see it on the screen. There we go. Got it. All right, start the play clock, which is not working. Birch calls for the ball. He's going to roll to his right, looking downfield, and he gets it to a man who had a defender on his back who was trying to get a piggyback ride. But inside that 5-yard zone, you can have some contact, can't you?
Yeah, we got an unsportsmanlike. Got a penalty.
I think there were some words.
Exactly. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Vols.
You'll come up top here to the press box, claim your gift.
Yeah, so we're going to march them back 15 yards. That's a costly penalty right there. And there was no contact. There was words. There were things that were said. I really believe probably something said about the fact that the defender was riding him piggyback and no call, but that's just a guess.
Yeah, Aiden was under pressure by number 3, Jordan Sigler, on that play. Probably caused him to throw it a little bit early as well.
So instead of being 3rd and 4, it's 3rd and 19. Long way to go. You got 2 plays to do it, though. Don't have to get it all at once. As we talked with Coach Bell in the first half, he graciously sat in with us for a couple of segments and let us know that he often sees them going for it on 4th down. You don't really have much of a punting game typically in the junior high level. All right, so 3rd and, let's say, 18. Birch calls for the ball. Nice snap. Looking downfield. Got a man going for the ball. Did he get it? Did he get it? Did he get it? He caught that. What? They're saying incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Man. Well, we thought he caught it. He came up with what looked like a miraculous 20-yard catch, but now it's 4th and 18.
Looked like we're going to punt.
Well, we said there's not a punting game, and what happens as soon as I say that? We're going to punt the ball. I kind of agree with this. If you have any punting situation at all, you
try to flip that field.
Try to get a little bit of battlefield position. Clock did stop on the incomplete at 7:45. Playing 4 8-minute quarters here in the 8th grade. Here's the high snap. He gets it, and he did get the punt off. It's going to get a nice little bounce and roll as the Braves walk away from it, and then we do get a decent little flip there, about a 25-yard punt. So it'll be Braves football on the Volunteer side of the field, but a decent punt really gave a little bit of help for the Volunteers defense, who've been on the field quite a bit, which means that some of these players have been who play both ways. They've been on the field all night long.
And they're going to be tired, especially at first hour in the morning.
Yes, sir. Remember that, teacher. Give them a break. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. 9335 is the number that's being called. If you bought that ticket, you got a prize up here in the press box. Of course, if you're listening later, Susan is her name. Congratulations. Winning that beautiful gift.
Yeah, throw by Miss Jackson.
Handmade. All right, so bunched up again. Tioga with this bunched up under center handoff, number 40. He's trying to run off tackle, but he's going to be stopped after a 1-yard gain.
Tackled by number 6, Aiden Birch again came up and made the fine tackle on him.
Brady Saldana looks more like a fire plug. Yeah, definitely got some meat on his bones as he runs with that ball. Just a pounding runner. 2nd and 9 coming up. And these Volunteers are trying their best to bend but not break. Congratulations going around the press box for the winner of that beautiful homemade throw as they come up and collect their prize. All kinds of fun things happen at junior high games here. Good. I think they're going to be shutting down the concession stand shortly, so if you want some nachos, you better hurry. 2nd and 9 coming up. Defense bunches up now, getting 8 men in the box to counter this handoff. And got a head of steam that time, ran it off the right-hand side instead of straight up the middle. And he'll get about 5 yards on that run, getting up to the 31, brings up 3rd and 3.
Nice run by number 40 again, Brady Saldana again.
So he didn't plug straight up the middle. He kind of went off tackle that time, and we had the whole bunch plugged in the middle, so he found a little seam on the right, picked up 5 yards. Tough 5 yards. Tomorrow night, your Rebels are hosting West Ouachita as they make the long trek down 165. Not that long of a drive.
But it's a tough one, though.
It is, and West Ouachita coming in after the big loss to Ruston last week, want to get that egg off their face. It's going to be a push, a booty push for the first down.
It reminds you exactly what the Philadelphia Eagles do when they get in that bunch formation, and it's almost like a rugby.
A scrum.
Scrum.
Exactly. I heard that there's talk about outlawing that kind of push. I don't know if that would happen or not, because that's just body on body, meat on meat, muscle on muscle.
If you can stop it, you can stop it. If you can't, you can't. And it seems like the Eagles do it the best of anybody.
First down for the Braves. This has been a historic night, the first ever junior high game on 446 Sports. Happy to have it. Robert Anderson, Nathan Martin, the voices you're hearing. Landon Anderson running the camera, and Anderson Martin running around. All right, it's going to be a handoff, hit in the backfield, having to reverse his field to go the other way. Number 2 gets back to the line of scrimmage, plus a couple more. I believe that was number 2. Was that Sean Williams, number 2?
I think that was number 1. I think that was number 1.
Number
Kaysen,
1.
Kaysen Williams.
Okay.
Again, I'm wondering if Sean and Kaysen are brothers.
You wonder, right?
Exactly.
So he made something out of nothing. I tell you, he was stuck going right where was the design play, reversed his field to the left and picked up about 3.5 yards. So 2nd down and 7 coming up. Got to get inside the 14 to the 13.5 for the first down. So we need 6.5. Handoff to 40, who just rides up the middle again. He picks up about 3, and it seems like he's just such a consistent yard gainer. Saldana with a 3-yard run will make it 3rd and 3 coming up. You know, if you got a guy that can pick up 3 yards, 4 yards every single play, you just hand it to him.
And he's always going forward.
Yeah.
You know, very seldom is
He's
just Brady go
got
backwards.
those thighs driving. He's got definitely some time in the gym, and look, this is exciting to get to come watch because these are kids we're going to be watching for the next few years.
We're going to be calling these guys for the next
No
4 years
doubt
after
about
this.
it.
So this is going to be exciting, and you're going to be hearing a lot of these kids' names, over the next 4 years, and you'll be seeing their names in the papers and on social media and things like that. So this is great. And
well, the Rebels jump across. They're going to say they were induced, but they were not. Offsides on, I said the Rebels, the Vols. Here I go again. The Vols jumped offsides, made contact. Several of them jumped, saying that they were induced, but the call goes against the Volunteers.
And I was glad that Mr. Yoyce gave us the privilege to come over
Certainly.
here.
Certainly. Well, look, Randy James has been telling us all week, all season long about these kids, and he was right. How much fun this is to come out and see these kids playing. And yeah, the score's 8-0. The Braves are threatening to score again, but these Volunteers are showing a lot of grit, and they're nowhere out of this game. 3:42 to go in the contest. 1st and 10. Yeah, let's stop him for a loss this time.
And I don't think this will be the last time we see a junior high football game on 446.
I hope not. There's another flag after the play was terminated. Personal foul against the Volunteers. Goodness. Do the flags only go one way? Okay, look, I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain. Probably a little bit of frustration out there, but personal foul against the Volunteers, mark them up half the distance and a first down. So it'll be 1st and goal from around the 6.
That puts them about the 5 yard, about 1st and goal from the 5, or.
Well, I thought it was going to be an automatic first down, but I forget that doesn't happen at this level. So 2nd and 5. Second and 4 from the 5.
Okay.
Well, these Braves have shown that they want to grow up to be Indians, and we're going to have offsides.
Look like we're going to have a little movement in the backfield. Yep.
Oh.
Ball start by number 40.
Well, good. Glad you saw that. Let's take those 5 back.
We have an AT&T iPhone.
So marshal them back 5. It'll be 2nd and 9. They can get a first down at the 1. They're at the 10. 2nd and 9 from the 10. How much time on the clock?
3:06 and counting.
So the Volunteers need the stop in the worst way if they have any hope of getting back into this game with a time. Remember, this could result in a tie if they were to stop them, and there is no overtime in the junior high level. But the Braves saying, we don't want no stinking tie. So big run by Saldana once again, number 40, just showing, man, why we will be calling his name on the high school level Somebody needs to find out where he lives and see if he'll come to Pineville. He got down to the 3. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Proud of these volunteers. I'm
No
proud of this program, and see where Coach Bonnet has brought them. And anytime you can compete for championships, you're
That's right.
You're doing well, and they've got the support from not only the administration, the coaches, but the family and family and friends, and coming out here and watching them. And good things are happening over on Edgewood Drive, as Randy would say. Good things are on the hill at Pineville. Good things are happening on Edgewood Drive, guys.
All right, they give them the first down inside the 1, so 1st and goal from the 1. And I agree with you. Good things are happening at the roundabout.
Exactly.
I'll tell you, Mr. Joyce over there and that whole administration, along with Mr. Bonnet, who will be coaching basketball, I guess, soon.
Exactly. And Coach Rushing and Ms. Transu, the administration,
just pouring into these kids. 1:29 and running as the play was they're probably going to have to call a timeout. I don't see how they. And now they do call the timeout. Well, they haven't yet. Now they call the timeout with 1:09 to go. Let's take 1-2 back in 30 seconds. You're watching Pineville Junior High final game on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
All right, so welcome back as we get our camera back out there again. 8-0 is the score, but the Braves are wanting to add to that. They've got 1st and goal from the 1 in your junior high finale, the last game of the season. It's definitely been a game worth the price of admission. Braves now wanting to punch it in and lengthen their lead. Volunteers wanting to stop them. You got to stop them, but will time be on your side? 3 timeouts available. There goes the punch into the end zone. Good. And the Braves do indeed lengthen their lead to 14-0 right now. In for the score, they used one of their timeouts there before milking as much time off the clock as they could. I do believe the Pineville Volunteers have all 3 of their timeouts to go, but with 1:02, there'll be no time run off on this extra point, I don't believe.
Put them up, 16-0?
It would be 16-0 if they convert.
If they convert. A lot of these kids are going to be their last time on this football field, and so,
As a junior high player.
As a junior high player, exactly.
There's the toss, sweep around the right-hand side, looking for a block. Number 1 gets hit. He will be denied. Is Kason Williams as a host of balls come in. 2 players down, but big hit. Keeps Williams out and keeps the score 14-0. Timeout officially to tend to the injured players. We'll take a timeout as well back in just a couple seconds. You're listening to 446 Sports.
Got 2.
We are back to DC Bill Bates Stadium, Sandy Canyon, as it's affectionately called here on the campus of Pineville High School. A couple of players injured there in that melee, and one being helped off the field. Was that number 1 that was being helped off? I'm not sure who that was. That kind of a little limp as he makes his way near side. No, sorry about that. That is number 7, Brady Dubois. You called it right, and he'll be looked after, tended to.
It looked like number 6, Aiden Birch, probably got a little stinger there, but he's going back in.
All right, hands team on the field. As you say, Birch right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
The big number 74, the number retired last Friday night, Cody Ford's number, a wonderful player here at Pineville High School, now playing in the NFL. Anticipating the onside kick by number 51 for the Braves, Hayden Laborde, although he may surprise us and kick it deep. And he does. It's going to be taken at the 35 and returned out of bounds to the 41. The Volunteers will take over with 57 seconds to go, and Pride on the line.
It was tackled by number 3 for Tioga, number 3, Jordan Sigler.
Donovan Williams took the kickoff kind of over the shoulder and returned it back up to the 41-yard line, 6-yard return. So you heard that, the Volunteers, the Re-Volunteers. So fun being here with Robert and Landon Anderson and my son Anderson running around giving us a little detail here and there. Mayor Rich Dupree, normally the voice of Pineville sports on 446, over at the Fall Fest, which will wrap up in about 10 minutes. So probably too late to go by there now. But from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, thousands of kiddos will be going through there getting free, all kinds of free stuff. I think it's $1 to enter, but or a canned good. And then you get hot dogs and candy and jumpers and all kinds of giveaways. 1st and 10 for the Volunteers from the 41. Want to move downfield fast if you can. Man in motion near side. Goes to the man. Oh, it's going to be tipped. They had brought Raymond Harris in motion towards the quarterback, and then at the snap he reversed his direction. Defense came in and tapped the ball away, and fortunate for the Braves that they did, because Harris, because he reversed his field, would have had a clear sailing ahead of him. 2nd and 10.
Nice play by number 5. David Garrett came up, made that tip on that ball, and almost intercepted it.
Only a couple of seconds off the clock, down to 53. You need 2 scores to get back into this contest in 53 seconds. Can it be done? It could be done. 2nd and 10. Will it be done? That remains the question and why you're listening to 446 Sports. All right. 2 receivers near side. Tight end on the left-hand side. One up at the top. In the backfield with Birch. Brings Harris in motion again. I thought we had an offside. Birch is going to keep it, run it to the right side. Now he laterals it, and number 2 with the ball is going to, will he get out of bounds? No, he decides to cut it up to the 40-yard line. What a big run as the pitch was given to Caleb Coleman. I don't know if they'll call a timeout or not to stop the clock.
Coach got a timeout there.
Okay. Did stop the clock as wisely. That ball gets down to the 40-yard line, about an 18-yard pickup. Very nice play as Birch had the ball, looked like he was going to run with it, and Coleman was trailing him. Nice little toss back to Coleman, gives the Volunteers a first down. Looked like he could have gone out of bounds around the 45, but wanted the extra 5 yards. So that play takes about 9 seconds off the clock, down to 43 seconds, Robert. What a tremendous play.
Tremendous play. It's just, pure athleticism by, Aiden. Aiden, we talked to him a lot. Talked about him a lot, but, he's a good athlete, guys.
All right, again, he's got Coleman with him in the backfield. 2 receivers up at the top. Got one near down here at the bottom. Brings the man in motion again. Similar play. Birch is going to keep it again. He spins. Now he does the same thing to Coleman, but Coleman's bunched up in the middle, and they'll get no gain on that play. Timeout once again called. Brings the Volunteers down to just 1 timeout remaining. All right, so I think it shows 0 on the screen, but Vols do have 1 timeout remaining. Going to try to punch it downfield. Got to score.
Got to score quick.
33 seconds on the clock if you want to get 2 scores. Tried a very similar play with Coleman, but this time they demonstrated that they were prepared, were the Braves for that particular play. Trying to get the screen to refresh properly. All right, so 2nd and 10 coming up. Clock will start at the snap. 33 seconds to go in this contest. 1 timeout remaining for the Volunteers. 3 receivers up at the top, 1 near side. Birch sends a man in motion, brings him in motion. Now looking downfield, he's got to scramble, trying to find somebody, being pursued from behind. Gets away from 1 tackle and gets gang tackled for a 1-yard loss. No, he throws the ball. Was it complete? Or was he down?
No, he got it completed.
And out of bounds. So a 2-yard completion stops the clock as the receiver goes out of bounds, but that one took about 14 seconds off the clock.
Now they're calling it incomplete pass.
Oh, okay. So no gain, incomplete pass, down to 19 seconds. We were at 33, so that one took 14 seconds off the clock, resulted, unfortunately, in an incomplete pass. I thought he'd gotten the completion at the 38, but that was overruled. Birch will come in to the huddle with the offensive call, 19 seconds on the clock. For pride. It's for pride. Don't want to be, yeah, that's right. You don't want to be blanked out. No 0, no goose egg. All right, 43 moves to the far side. Does Kane Smart. Now 3 receivers up top. Looking downfield, Birch has got a guy, and he's just in and out of the hands, unfortunately, of their intended receiver from the slot on the far side.
Birch is still having it looked like his shoulder still bothering him from that play down earlier. Whenever he got hurt, he's continuing to grab his shoulder.
Trying to get that to Preston Coburn down to, I can't tell if that's 15 or 16 seconds. Didn't take long. It could be 16 seconds on the clock. Raymond Harris will come in with the play. Raymond does a lot of motion. We see him often in motion. He comes out wide near side. Want to see Coburn wide up at the top. 2 more Volunteers near side, out wide. Low snap, has to move the ball around, looking for someone to get the ball to, and unfortunately hit before as he left the line, threw him off of his stride. It was the intended receiver, 40, can't tell, 45, 43, as he's walking this way. 12 seconds to go.
Turnover on downs.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't tell you that. That was a 4th down play. So turnover on downs, and with 1 timeout, but really it being moot at this point, the Braves could kneel and win.
Look like they're maybe in
14 to nothing.
Probably in victory.
Of course,
form.
that's their main formation
That's
almost
their main
all the
formation
time.
all
They
the
bunch
time.
it up, but I would expect to
yeah.
kneel.
Exactly. They're going
And we're going to have a flag. That really didn't need to happen. We were going to have the timeout called by Pineville, but we do have a flag, and the referee waves it off and says run the clock. That's the ball game. 14 to nothing. Tioga Junior High School, your undisputed champions in the junior high sector as they remain undefeated. Correct?
That's
what we were told.
That's what we were told. And
Pineville drops to 4-2-2 on the season. Had previously only lost 1 in the conference play.
To Brame, and that's
that would have been a 3-way tie, all with 1 loss. But as it is, Tioga, the undisputed winners, undisputed champions. You notice across the bottom the scrolling scoreboard, Sadler Towing scoreboard, gives you that 14-0 score, but also tells you about tomorrow night's games. And as I'm going to try to bring that to you on the screen here to let you know some of the folks who are playing tomorrow night across the area. We do have, of course, Pineville is hosting West Washita here tomorrow night. And the other games that you're going to see around the area include, let me bring it back to you. West Washita, of course, travels down here to Pineville. West Monroe at Ashe. Peabody at Tioga. Oakdale at Menard. Marksville at Bucky. All 5 of those are 446 games. You'll see them on the 446 network. And all 5 of the 446 teams will be at home, so nobody having to travel tomorrow night. The other 3 local teams would be Grant traveling up to Washita Christian, Bunkie at Bolton, so essentially a local game, and then Northwood Lena at LaSalle. So those games will be taking place around Central Louisiana. Really the only game for a Cenla team outside of Cenla is the Grant Cougars traveling up to Washita Christian.
Exactly.
Well, that wraps it up. It's an unhappy final for the Pineville Volunteers, 14-0, but a happy final for the Tioga Braves as they get to claim the sole undisputed championship of the junior high playoffs, so to speak. Not really a playoff, but the final game of the season. Congratulations to the entire Tioga Junior High School program on an undefeated season in district play. Hey, folks, for Robert Anderson in voice and with me, Landon Anderson on the camera, Nathan Martin right here bringing you the play-by-play. I'm usually doing the color
I
like
know
you
you
did.
are, exactly. What a
but
pleasure.
my throat is tired.
It was a pleasure tonight, guys, and thank you all for allowing me to come in and and do this. And we look forward to some other times I can get back up here in this booth, and I'll be down on the sideline tomorrow covering the Rebels tomorrow to victory against West Washita, and you'll be hearing me pregame and even at halftime and with Coach Bell, and at the end back in the booth and what have you.
So join us tomorrow night where the Pineville Rebels will be hosting the West Washita Chiefs. Robert on the field along with Anderson Martin running the Ninja Cam.
Ninja Cam tomorrow night.
Landon Anderson up here doing the great camera. Man, you just get better and better every week, I think. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody, it's been a wonderful night. Thanks for joining us right here on 446 Sports. See you tomorrow night.